Hi guys, so today I'm here with my Pretty Little Liars review of episode 19. So, at the beginning you see Ezra and Mona talking and I'm just like, okay, so now I definitely think that Mona's a photographer because of their whole little secret conversation and whatever. And the girls are sneaking around in Ezra's office, and I thought it was funny how Hannah was like, if I was a teacher and my students only gave me coffee mugs, I would start flunking people. Which, of course, she would say that because, Hannah's more of a material girl, and why would she want mugs? And I was just like, oh my gosh, Spencer, she found the diary in Ezra's cabinet. I'm just like, so now they know who took it. And, I was just, like, I couldn't help but think that if they knew about Ezra's cabin, like, they would freak out. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, I would freak out if I was them. And then I thought it was weird about Mona being at school and just like, why does she have, and like, why does she have all those files? Like, what are you doing? You're being weird. And I thought it was sad how Emily, didn't really want to talk about Paige and Shauna, and I'm just like, yeah, that's awkward. And I thought it was weird how Arya, she's writing about villains, and Ezra's just like, well, sometimes villains win. I'm just like, no, they don't. When do villains ever win? Like, villains never win. And just like, he's just trying to, this is a way to manipulate her. Like, maybe sometimes the bad guy could be the good guy. Like, no, they're not. Like, you can't do that. And then I got really excited when it started turning to black and white, and I'm like, yay, what we've been waiting for. And I don't know, I thought it was weird how it started with Toby questioning Spencer about Allie. I'm just like, okay, that's a weird way to start it, but whatever, And I thought it was funny how, they've all lied about a relationship, which is really weird. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, friends are supposed to have things in common, but like, they're just so in sync with each other. It's so weird. And, she said Hannah was the president of the Man Haters Club, and, she put her in charge of Ezra. And I loved their clothes, especially Emily's. Like, oh my gosh, she looks so pretty. And it was funny how Toby was like, yeah, I've heard of knocking, but I don't practice it. Like, what? What does that even mean? Yeah, I know what ringing a doorbell is. I just don't practice it. You don't... like, what? I just thought that was weird. And, oh yeah, it was even weirder how Spencer had an Ally poster in her house. I'm just like, when did that get there? Like, that's so weird. Hannah sees Mona with Ezra, and then Hannah starts following Mona, and it's in the exact same rhythm, and I'm just like, how do you not hear Hannah? Like, I mean, I understand. I guess she's being incognito, but how can you not hear her? And, Mona ends up, I guess, capturing Hannah, and she's just like, they have that whole little scene, and Spencer comes and gets her, or whatever. And Spencer's like, you thirsty? And she's like, not really. And Spencer's like, then let's blow. Like, what? I don't know. I just loved how they were trying to do that whole, like, old-timey talk. That sounds weird, but it's funny. And yeah, then Mona's like, that was the last carrot stick. And I'm just like, is that supposed to be like the phrase, like, I don't know what the phrase is. I can't think of it right now. I'm just like, is that supposed to be like that other phrase? I'm just like, what? That was the last carrot stick? It's so weird. And, we find out that the number from Allie's, I guess it came from the money envelope, is connected to Ezra. If I'm remembering correctly, it's from his gallery, because, he's rich. And I'm just like, why would the phone number be connected to that? Like, when did they know each other? I mean, like, I thought it was weird how Ezra was with Toby, and then, he ends up telling Toby that Allie's alive. And, yeah, and then it cuts to the scene with Allison and Spencer, and I actually really love this quote, even though it was creepy. And she's like, if you run away and leave a picture, that's immortality, my darling. And then she was like, when has another woman been able to warn another about a man? Which, is so, okay, so the first one about immortality, I'm like, I guess that's kind of true, because I mean, I guess you're kind of immortal, because people don't know whether you're dead or alive, so they're always thinking about you, so you're immortal. And yeah, her other quote, when has another woman been able to warn another about a man? I was like, that's so true. Like, you know, she's referring to like Arya and Fitz, and I'm just like, that's a good analogy. And you know, then she makes fun of Spencer's addiction, and Spencer ends up losing her pills down the drain, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, are you out of your freaking mind? Like, you're putting your hand down the garbage disposal. You know, someone was about to come and chop her hand off, but thankfully Toby saved her from that. Yeah, I thought it was funny how Hannah was like trying to get favors, and she's like, do you remember those 3 sailor men that, you know, she was giving the girl a favor for? And she's like, oh, great, so you can help me. And I thought it was cute how Paige was like, if people find out, you know, about her and Emily, they'll be extremely jealous of us. I'm like, that's cute. That's cute saying. Yeah, and then oh my gosh, I was so relieved when Arya finally told them about Ezra, and I'm just like, thank God, now they can like warn her and stuff. And, you know, I'm glad she's not completely manipulated, because she does say she can tell that the relationship is different. And, you know, then they go to the show or whatever to go find Allie, and Spencer stops for a second, and she's like, that's not how you spell Knightley. And I'm just like, really? Like, at this, like, that's so Spencer. At this point in time, you would be correcting somebody's spelling. Like, what is your problem? And, you know, someone starts shooting, and I'm just like, who the heck will be shooting at them? And I'm just like, is it Ezra? Like, you know, I don't know who else to think of. So I'm like, why is Ezra shooting at them? Like, does he not know he can shoot Arya? And, you know, they end up running out, and they see a shadow, and they're basically like, Arya, come here, or something. Like, I don't know. And Arya decides to go forward, and I'm just like, are you crazy? Like, who said... He has a freaking gun, and you're walking towards him? Like, you're so weird. And her shadow was so creepy. Like, they did that filming really well. But yeah, they made her shadow look so creepy. And, you know, he's holding something, and I'm just like, did Ezra really just pull out a gun? Like, is he about to shoot Arya or something? But thankfully we find out it's just Toby, and he has a lighter, which is still kind of weird. I mean, I guess he wouldn't have a cell phone. But yeah, and I'm just like, thank God it's Toby, and, you know, he knocked Ezra out. And yeah, so, you know, they all like get in the car with Toby or whatever, and they're basically just yelling at Spencer the whole time. They're just like, figure it out, figure it out. It's in the pages. I'm just like, what the heck is he talking about? Like, what? And yeah, so like throughout that time, it goes back to reality, and you find out that the pages are changed, like the stories are. Like she said, like some of the places are changed to something else. So they're like, A is trying to lead us away. And I'm like, thank God she took pictures of it, you know, so she can see the difference. So I'm like, that's what that means. And I'm like, I'm glad they saw that. And, yeah, but wait, what I hated about this episode is that none of it was real. Okay, I know that sounds stupid, but like, I know it wasn't real, but I hate how Arya didn't really like, I don't know, you know, like none of that actually happened. So nothing has really changed in the real world. You know, Arya's still with Fitz and still kind of head over heels for him. And I'm just like, so nothing's changed. Like, that's just great. And I don't know if it's just me, but the previews for like the next episode, they made me want to cry. And I'm just like, this, like the next episode is going to be so sad. And I just feel so bad for Arya and everything. And yeah, so that's my review. Thanks for watching. Toodles!